Hey everybody, I'm about to demonstrate to you how to go about drawing your tiki. It's easy, it's cool, and the good news is you only have to draw half a tiki design because we're going to transfer one half to the other half of the paper. And this is how it's done. So what I have here, if you can see the whole thing on the video, is a 9 by 12 piece of drawing paper. So something around this size is what you need. Your sketchbook, if you have one, is probably around 8.5 by 11, which is computer paper size. Maybe it's 9 by 12, depending on if I gave you one or you got your own. Either way, you're good. You need something around this size. Of course, no line paper. And what we do is you can tear a piece out of your sketchbook, a page out of your sketchbook if you like. If you're going to do that, you want to cut the little spiral rips off first before you do anything. And then we're going to fold it in half. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it in half long ways, hot dog style, if you remember from like first grade, right? And I have a folded piece of paper here, tall ways, vertically, straight up and down. Here, this is important. If you are right-handed, like me, if you're right-handed, your fold needs to be on the left side. So the folded side's on the left, open side's on the right. If you're left-handed, you need to flip it. So the fold is on the right side. Very important. Because if you do it the other way, the wrong way, what's going to happen is that your tiki won't transfer. You'll have two split halves of a tiki, which is going to look really weird. You'll see what I mean when we get to transferring. So I'm going to try to sit here without bumping my phone. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to start drawing a tiki. Now, rather than start to draw the outline of my tiki and then draw eyes, nose, mouth, and then design it up, I found with my experience it's better to do it a little different. And the way I like to do it is to draw the facial features first. So I'm going to draw eye, nose, a big mouth down here, a big tiki mouth. And then I'm going to work around that to draw the outline of my tiki. So here's an example. Somewhere perhaps about right here, I'm going to draw a big eye. Your eye does not have to be an oval-shaped eye. It can be any shape you like. I've seen square eyes, cool rectangle, round eyes, weird-looking kind of teardrop shapes. It's whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. Before I go any farther, I think what I'm going to do is double up my eye line. Why? Because it looks cool. And it gives me a shape to color in with crayon, because this is going to be a crayon project, and we'll talk about that. Well, I kind of talked about it already, but everything we draw here, it needs to be a shape that we can color in with a crayon. So there's my eye, and I'm going to draw a big eyeball, I think, in the middle there. Notice that I drew the eye a little bit spaced in from the fold here. If I draw the eye right on the fold, if the corner of my eye was on the fold, what happens is when I transfer it from one side to the other, the eyes are going to be connected together, which is cool, actually. That's an effect. It's a look. If you want to do that, it's totally up to you. It's fine. I left a little space on mine. Again, it's your tiki. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down from the corner of my eye with my nose here. This is the bridge of my nose, right? That's the long part of your nose. I'm going to go down kind of far, but I want to save room for a big tiki mouth and my chin down here, so I can probably stop about right there. And I'm going to make a big exaggerated nose. Let's see, something like this perhaps. Kind of cool. Again, yours can be anything you want it to be. Totally up to you. Notice my tiki split right down the middle so far. So I got half of a bridge of a nose and one side of a nose. And when I transfer it with this cool crayon transfer method I'm going to show you guys, we'll have a whole perfectly symmetrical tiki, which is cool. Next thing I want to do, of course, would be my mouth. I don't know, classic tiki mouth. I'm going to draw a big giant shape here. Half a mouth, right? And the very next thing I'll do here, same thing I did with the eye, I'm going to double it up. So my mouth is not a single line. Now I've doubled it up. And I have lips, right? So I have lips for my tiki. So I got eyes, nose, and mouth, basic facial features done. Now, I'm going to draw the outline of my tiki. Classic tikis, you know, historically we're carving out of a log. So a lot of times you see tikis with flat heads. Yours does not have to be flat. Again, it's yours. Anything you want to do is up to you. Rather than go around the eye and draw an outline here, this is what I'm going to do though. I'm going to come in, I'm going to connect my outline to the corner of my eye, and I'm going to continue it on the other side of the eye, underneath the eye over here. Why? Because it kind of makes the eye look even bigger and more exaggerated. Tiki's a characteristic, one of the main characteristics of tikis is exaggerated features. Big mouth, big eye, big giant nostrils there. So I'm going to do the same thing when I come down to my mouth. I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to go way down here, and I'm going to make the chin of I'm going to continue it over here and make the chin of my tiki. I just need a little space for the chin. So there's my basic tiki drawing, not done yet. I'm going to design it up. The designing of it and adding shapes, patterns is really what makes it cool, gives it drama, and gives you areas to color in different colors with your crayon. So just so you know, eventually this gets cut out. This is all going to get cut away, right? We cut that out. Oh, you don't have to cut out your tiki till you're all done coloring and scratching, doing the crayon etching, which is fun and cool. Just so you know that we're going to cut that out. All right, next thing, I want to start designing this guy up. The best way to do that is to start with some big shapes and then break them down into slightly smaller shapes. There's a bunch of do's and a couple of don'ts. So here's a do. Work with some big shapes, something that can be colored in with a crayon. Everything we do on here, this whole thing is going to be colored in with crayons, like a heavy layer, a thick waxy crayon. If you draw tiny little shapes, they may look cool, but tiny little stuff like this, for instance, a little zigzag in the eye there, that looks really cool, but impossible or very difficult to color in with a crayon. So you want to avoid small stuff. When you're drawing, ask yourself, am I going to be able to color this in with a crayon every time you draw something? Everybody's used crayons, so they're big, they're blunt. You have to be able to color the whole thing in with a crayon. So let's see. I'm talking about big areas. I want to break up the empty space, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'll do this, and I could make that a angular stripe thing there, which is kind of cool. This kind of thing here, kind of, I don't know, flame looking type things can be cool. Again, it's yours, and of course, I encourage you always look up stuff. Google eyes, tikis. There's 17,000 results to look at. Get yourself some ideas. There's drawings. There's pictures of actual tikis. There's tiki tattoos. There's all kinds of stuff. So I'm breaking up the area. One thing that's cool, if you have something you could trace circles with, or a circle template, add in some circles. Again, we got to be careful we can color it in. Color anything we draw in with a crayon. So I want to make sure I can do that. Kind of similar, repetition. We like that, it's good. We love to see repetition. One thing you can do, like on a small little area like the eyes, is just break it up with some lines. And like we could say, use 2 alternating colors of crayon to color that in. I'm going to make big spaces, right, that I can get inside of with a crayon. And that's about as small of an area as I think I could get in with a crayon and color it in. So that's cool. And we keep going, break it up. Here's some don'ts. Well, there's one major don't. You don't want line designs. Everything we draw needs to be a shape, an enclosed shape that I can color in with a crayon, right? So in other words, like drawing cool little spirals like this on your tiki, that's easy, it's fun, looks cool, but how the heck am I going to color that in with a crayon, right? It's an open-ended shape, it's just a line design. So we want to avoid that. Everything we draw needs to be a shape. One thing I didn't do is a teeth inside my tiki or do anything with the mouth yet. So I'll draw a design down here before I do that. And just maybe some stripes down there is cool. And mouth. I love teeth. I mean, you got to have teeth on your tiki, right? I've seen people do pointy teeth, big square teeth, missing teeth. People have drawn braces on their tiki, which can be cool. That's fun. I'm going to draw, I don't know, some big doofy kind of teeth with spaces. There's the other ones going behind the lip there. I'll put one down here and another one here. And there we go. I got some teeth on my Tiki. That gives it some character, right? If you want a lot of Tikis that we looked at, some of them, and if you look online, you'll see like they have their mouth sticking out. It's a very common look on Tikis. That tongue, or not mouth, sorry, tongue sticking out. So if I wanted that, I would have to draw like half a tongue sticking out way down here. And then when I transfer that, it's going to transfer, it looks like half a heart, right? You cut out half a heart, you open it up, you have a whole heart. The same concept. I transfer that over, I get a whole tongue. I get what looks like a tongue sticking out of my Tiki. So if you want to do that, you can. Again, it's wide open. It's totally up to you. I think I want something on the lips. Because why not? Make a design if there's space for it. Again, though, I got to be able to color it in with a crayon. So I'm making these kind of big. That's it. That's all I need, right? So that could be 2 different colors going on there. Could look cool. And, you know, that's basically it. There's my Tiki. I could add another shape here if I want it quickly. I'm, you know, doing this quick and sloppy for my video. You take your time. Always patience, patience, patience. Take your time. Enjoy. So now I started with a piece of paper. I drew my facial features of my Tiki. I drew an outline. I connected the outline to the corner of the eye, continued it over here, connected it to the mouth. Then I came over here and made my chin. And then I designed it up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you draw a Tiki, okay? So when you're all done with this, you're good. The next step is going to be transferring, and I'll show you how to do that. And there'll be another video for that. We'll talk about it in class. So that's all you have to do. If you get this far, you're good. Bonus. You're done for that part of the assignment. All right, guys? Thanks. Bye.